I can't hear you.
Morning, good morning.
There you go. Can you guys hear us?
Yeah, I logged on as administrator this time.
Okay. Anybody?
I have to go through the website to do it.
2, 3 people hear us. 4. Okay. 5, 6. Wow. Okay. Thank you.
Not that they want to hear us, but they do.
At least we don't have the snorer anymore. Remember that one?
That was awesome. That was on the wrap-up call, though, wasn't there? Or was that in the chat?
Oh, right.
Because if it's a snorer, it's either you or I. We're the only two that have access.
I've put myself to sleep.
So we had a little pop out of the gate. We're pretty much just hanging out sideways now.
I'll start with oil. Daily chart. It's kind of looking a little heavy here.
Yeah.
This is that 50. Well, maybe it's the 15-minute. Seems like it could pull back a little bit. Just took out that low. Maybe it holds at 50.34. Just a tough pattern. Actually, it's been moving down. I thought 50 and a quarter. Now it's more like 50. Seems like a lot, 50. I don't think it gets there. But the way the dollar's going all of a sudden. NASDAQ daily. It's trying to turn the corner. Definitely using a lot of energy, though. You'd think this thing would just break out right now. Go up to 4,400. Pretty big battle in here.
Yeah. A lot of wicks. See that bottom gold band's going to hold on crude.
Well, I've got the euro up over here. So these are both 5-minute charts. I don't think crude bounces until the euro bounces. Not that crude follows the dollar, but it's still, there is still some aspect to it.
Do you still think this market's correlated? You rookie.
Well, lately the crude has come a little bit more correlated. Like we've had this rally today, and we've had the sell-off in crude. So last couple days, it's a 4-hour. So it's actually getting more correlated.
I know, I'm teasing.
Crude seems to ignore it for a while, and then it just gravity kicks in. But this is the dollar rally, and you know. So I gave a buy at 88. Went all the way down to 75.
Pull up the CTS charts.
Sorry. I kind of like that buy there, but you almost have to get in at a better price lately.
Still have lower highs and lower lows on the 1 minute, though. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I agree. Go to a 5-minute. So what would make that a 5-minute buy?
This candle?
Yeah, have to close above 85.
No, it'd have to close above 90, above its midpoint in the midpoint.
Oh yeah, this I didn't see the wick here. So kind of above about 90, 91.
Yeah, up there.
Got 4 minutes, so might as well get yourself a omelet.
A lot of exhaustion though in that pattern.
I don't know, for some reason it feels like it wants to
Poop out.
take a big drop.
Yeah.
We took out these kind of lows here. It seems like it should. It just technically test 636, which is the puke out low from after the numbers yesterday.
Yeah.
But that's not a encouraging bullish pattern yet. We know how crude gets all crazy. Looks terrible, and it goes moonshotting.
Yep, gotta see it. Gotta see it break above 90.
We'll leave it there.
Yeah.
Nasdaq's pretty choppy. The difference, what I see today versus yesterday, we've got the same, I don't know what you call that, algo playland.
No, I think it's coiling.
Well, you could see here, this was yesterday's, basically 1330 is the open. Got your spike, retrace, spike, and then just, that's the Fed wipeout both ways.
Yeah, yeah.
And then now we've got, like we were talking about before, the higher lows. But look at the wicks.
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen so many? It's all wicks. It's kind of doji.
Chop shop. No question about it.
Gotta be patient. I'll wait for back down in 66 maybe. I guess it's a pretty good spot right here. That low was 64.
You may get some support on that gold band there, though.
That's my question, Mark. Yeah, it's almost the way it's been moving lately. It just scoots so fast. You almost have to do a like the last couple buy.
The candle stuff we talked about the other day.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I'll do it today though.
You are starting to see some compression in price here on the 5-minute. You can see how the bodies are getting narrower.
On crude?
Yeah. The 5-minute. I mean, it's not impulsing down as much. You know what I'm saying?
What does Chris call you? Andrew San or something?
Mr. Miyagi.
Mr. Miyagi. I don't know. You've told me though that when it gets quiet, it's ready to move. To me, it feels like it wants to drop, but
yeah, it wants to poop out. I just been looking at it sitting right at your gold band.
But you would think it would. Well, it's a descending one, so yeah, that's exactly. I wouldn't short it here, but
Yeah.
it's definitely a tough spot. Maybe it gives a buy at the if it can hold here and turns up in the next 4 minutes. That would be a buy, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
5 minutes would be 50. You see that spike this morning? This one here? I think it was a 1 minute bar, right?
Well, yeah, that was the announcement of the
60-cent spike in 1 minute or one bar.
Yeah, that was the Apache deal, wasn't it?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. Actually, I'm looking at oil stocks. They're down.
Yeah.
Let's go through stocks. Well, we have a few minutes. Make sure. Let's go back to the daily. Daily VIX is back near those pretty record lows. Apple's kind of hanging out. Dow, NASDAQ looks better. S&P. Here's Amazon. It's in its own planet. Alibaba's finally bottoming. Almost get your 88.88 buy signal coming up soon, right? It's 86. Larry was talking about the banks. Citigroup looks flat. Goldman's kind of hanging at the high end of the range, but dead lately. High yield's been hanging in there. The morgue, JP Morgan. And I guess Visa split, so it messes up my chart. Big tech, Cisco, dead in the water. Maybe 15 more years it'll come back. Google's actually looking kind of heavy. Big Blue stuck. Intel. LinkedIn, Mr. Softy. None of it looks too enticing. Here's Exxon. Looks pretty heavy. Valero's rolling over too. I don't know if it's the recent rally in crude is crimping their margins or just profit taking. Rigs kind of bounced with the crude bounce. Their rig count dropping is declined, so I guess that storm has passed, right? All in all, nothing really compelling. Almost to me, it says it's going to be choppy. Now let's go through on just the intraday. Like going Amazon and Apple, two market leaders are near their day low, so that's why I gotta be patient on the next NASDAQ buy. It's in a better area. I'll just fly through them. Banks breaking down. JP Morgan day low. Mr. Softy. Rig. I don't know. It's just kind of megaphoning. Higher high and just made a lower low.
Yeah.
So you buy it?
Here?
I'm just kidding.
No, it didn't pass all the rules.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. All day I've been bearish on I think it's going to 15.25 for some reason. I can't even find a reason, a number. I thought I saw it earlier. The number's lower now. I guess I was using this midpoint. Just must be this Euro chart.
There's buyers down here, though.
Yep. This is just a normal correction. I'm definitely a dip buyer. Although you almost get a... That's the most picture perfect head and shoulders you'd see, right? Shoulder, head, the other shoulder, which is, and it's a lower high.
Yeah.
So when you look at,
typically the right shoulder is higher shoulder. And then
I always thought it was more bearish if the right shoulder was lower.
It is, but that's not a traditional head and shoulders. You don't see that as often. And then what you'll see is once it bounces up and then it breaks, then that failure of the break. I mean,
right.
Just being a lower low like that, I mean, that's obvious.
Well, yeah, the thing is when you go and read in books and whatever nowadays, there's all the old traditional patterns, the double tops, double bottoms, etc. Most of those don't work anymore. The head and shoulders probably stopped working in 1998, honestly. But occasionally it does work. The idea is more of trading psychology, which is you're getting a rally and then a failure and then kind of a blow off top, go back down, and then you're testing the high and it's basically failure. It's kind of almost, this could be considered a double, two right shoulders with that kind of price psychology.
Yeah.
So you made a blow off high, failed again. If it takes out here, the price target is from 54 to $4 lower.
Yeah.
So the price target is somewhere around here. But like I said, it doesn't normally work that way anymore.
Yeah.
Usually you'd see a breakdown and failure and then that rallies like you're saying and it goes back to the shoulder or even the head.
Yeah.
We'll see. For something that just took out its lows, day lows, it's kind of hanging in there.
Yeah.
I'll get your charts back.
See, even this candle that's forming right here, it's the midpoint of current, but that'd be the high of previous. I mean, that would be,
right.
If it closes up near 80, I mean, that's a good sign. Granted, we got 1 minute, but right now it's midpoint of current, low of previous. Midpoint of current, low of previous. That's not what we want. And that's the midpoint of current, low of previous, so it's still bearish.
We'll see when it turns. We'll get a trade-off.
Still bearish. Let's see how it interacts with these lows. Absorbing all those buyers down there, that's for sure. All right, took it out.
Till it drops $1.
Yeah.
Oh, crude. Gotta love it.
That's what it does.
Rips your heart out and eats it in front of you. You're crazy, crude.
the story of two markets. That stock, that's for sure.
On crude?
Yeah.
So if it closes in, well, it's got 4 minutes. Never mind.
Yeah, we got a while still.
But above what, 80?
As long as it's, I mean, 80 would be ideal because that's the high of current, high of previous. But yeah, I mean that's still over a shot right there.
It's what?
It's still a pretty low risk shot. Okay. Normally I want to see how this interacts on the back half of this candle, the last 2 minutes of the 3 minutes. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because a lot of times you'll see an impulse higher here, and then it'll fall apart in the last 30 seconds or so.
54. Wow, both the 15-minute and the 1 hour is the same price. 54 it is. Back to the chart. So got a couple minutes. We'll go through bonds. Bond daily chart. Kind of in a shallow pullback. Getting beat up today. It's just, you look at any time there's a sell-off lately in bonds, it's
Sharp.
right. It's sharp, and then the stock market sells off. And then as soon as bonds turn back around, it's like, okay.
Where's it going?
So there's a difference between European buyers and then U.S. buyers. Typically, European buyers are stock market down, they buy bonds. U.S. buyers just, they used to be that, but not anymore.
Yeah.
It's almost the opposite. What do you think?
Yeah, I like it down here. This is what we want to see it do.
Try and get it better. Maybe entry at 80.
Yeah. That's 80.
Because we got 30 seconds.
Yeah, I'll see this print here in a second.
Ooh, 81.
Yeah.
That's going to fail on the end of the candle. You're kidding. In the last 5 seconds. So that's it.
Likes to do that sometimes.
There goes the euro. Wow. It just fell apart in the last 5 seconds.
Yeah, that's why I just yeah, see. Quick.
Super volatile.
Of course it's gonna come all the way back up though.
Mm-hmm. And
Now
rally
they're
every dollar, right? So now it would be a signal at the end of the 5.
yeah, we got to see where this obviously is going to close because it could do the same thing it just did.
Oh God, yeah.
Looks like we got a nice little push on NASDAQ here.
See the long. There's 375. Oh, crude just seems heavy.
Yeah. This possible turn on NASDAQ?
Yeah.
Low of the day.
It's trying. Got the euro making a new low.
Yeah.
It's gonna drag crude down. You gotta like all these wicks though.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, you know what I'm typing. You.
I already knew before it popped up.
Oh God. You're killing me.
Mm-hmm.
The same spot again. Is that a yes or no?
That's a yes. You still gotta
8 seconds.
wait till the next print.
Oh, it got the down tick. Sweet. I do have 20 on there, but we'll just manage it.
Yeah.
Because isn't this it's a 5-minute candle? You gotta have a bigger target.
The average ATR of a 5 minutes, so you may want to go see what a 5-minute ATR is.
ATR. 20.
Yeah, we're good.
Let's look at daily. It's amazing it's dropping on the daily, but it's $2, 211. Is that the right stop?
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. Can any of these, is the euro going to turn up a little bit?
Come on, Crude. Give us a run. Give us a bouncy bounce.
Yeah, the last 2 times it turned, you look over here when it hooked up, it
Yeah.
was good for 50 cents, but
Yeah.
we took out the lows, so that's technically, to me, a much harder. I think if we can get 20 seconds, that would be, great. I have to do the cheerlead icon.
Exactly.
Let's go look at stocks. Wow, what happened to Russell?
Russell got destroyed, huh?
Well, that one guy I've been following, he keeps saying that Russell's the leader. It's breaking. It's the only index that broke out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to break even, dude. No way. How about 70 for a stop?
Well, you got to wait for this candle to finish, and then you'll put it below the current.
Then it gives you your stop? Okay. Hold on.
Yeah. This is considered the pivot, though. You got a higher high, higher low, trade above the current market highs and lows. So see how this closes. We are kind of fighting the trend a little bit here, though. I mean, overall, it's still. Hopefully, it could be bottoming here.
No stop change yet?
Yeah, it would be below the low of the previous candle. So 75 or whatever that is.
74.
Yeah, it'd be below that, so 73. See what she does.
I don't know. Should have blasted off and it didn't. It's got to do it this bar.
Yeah, normally the first half of this candle will impulse lower, and then the back half will impulse higher, so that's fine. just creating its tail.
Well, looking at it on the 1 minute.
On the what? On the what minute?
Sorry.
I'm teasing.
Fine, let's go to the 15 minute. I used to always trade just the 15 minute.
I mean, it looks good there.
It does.
Definitely looks constructive.
You like to see it. It's just losing momentum. You see the up move and then lower low, lesser of an up move, lower low. So you would get a lesser up move now.
Yeah.
Except for in crude.
Well, the one thing you got to remember about crude is it's oil. I mean, it's where people think it's a good buy to buy, they're going to buy it. You know what I mean? It's going to trade more like a commodity than it is just technically. You are going to get those people that are, looking at $50 a barrel and thinking, we haven't seen these prices for a while. You know what I mean? So go back to the 5 minute. So the back half of the next 3 minutes here, we would want to see this thing push higher on a 5. Get back up near some of those highs. It is right, though. I mean, this is still, we would have liked to have seen more of a ramp than the 10 cents that it ran.
Nothing on the euro yet. Come on, guys. Yesterday you loved it at 53.
I know.
Come on, really?
Exactly.
That one this morning, it was a trigger, and it looked like it was a good spot. I'm not kidding. It went 50 cents and very
One
quickly.
print.
One print. Went 20 for sure. I don't know if that's lack of liquidity or what the deal is.
Yeah.
Trading a 5 minute. So exciting.
Exactly. You just take out those highs now.
Shouldn't the low be 80 now? I mean the stop.
Yeah, but I want to see this thing get higher here first before we put our stop there. I mean, it could wiggle you out at 80 without thinking about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But the answer is yes.
You don't know what I'm typing. I guess you are. You're right. Yes, this. Oh.
Got it. I'd like to see a big build candle here. You know what I mean? Got that as a little pullback, and here's our big rally cap candle.
I'm not feeling it. It should, coming off a low, this down candle should really not have, should have been an up candle.
Well, you're just getting a retest of those moving averages there. You know what I mean? Crazy. Cancel.
Yep.
This guy's going to bottom.
See if the Nasdaq can hold. Doesn't look like it wants to either. Well, 81. Oh, it actually went 12. Let's look at the S&P. I mean, frankly, it looks toppy when you look at an hour, 4 hour. There's just big sellers in there. Did I ever put the spread chart with S&P and oil? The S&P and oil.
Have you done that, you said?
I just did. This an hour. You could see it's, I mean, it's usually in lockstep. It gets, obviously, the S&P gets ahead of itself. I believe that was Fed News Day or whatever, so. But the S&P is overvalued to oil.
Yeah.
Four hours probably. It's a little bit too long term. Let's go 15-minute. Almost seems like S&P gravitates to oil, oil tanks. S&P's like, wait, what? Comes back down, tries to rally again, and then back down. Seems like crude is wagging the tail's wagging the dog now. It's always good to look at the different relative strengths there.
Yeah, for sure.
But I was doing what I do in the morning lately. Well, I've kind of always done this because I have so many charts up. They're all the same charts and they're all lined up. So these are all four going the same way. So oil price in dollars, euro against the dollar, and then the S&P and NASDAQ. They're theoretically these three are somewhat correlated, and then obviously the euro should be somewhat correlated with crude. So this is kind of like when I look at stocks and I go through the different, I look at, like, here's Apple breaking down. I'll go through and look at the negative, the negative divergences, stuff like that. So to me, when I see the euro's down, oil got ahead of itself compared to the S&P. And then the S&P was more bearish than the NASDAQ.
Yeah.
So to me, I think that crude goes back down here, which is where the S&P is. In that lower, maybe even here. And then euro's already broken down, so it really is to saying that crude would go to 46. So they're pushing and pulling on each other. Asset managers that trade stock only are doing that, but then they trade, I'll have to do a 60-minute. So here's the mighty Exxon. Last few days of an hour chart. So to me, Exxon, and I get there's mergers and stuff going on, but why is it at the low end of the range and oil just recently was at the high end of the range?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Let's go Valero. A refinery is probing. It's the lower levels of the whole week. And then Rig's hanging in there.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of just interesting push and pull in the marketplace there. It doesn't just all happen in one spot. It's a oil trader is hedging using oil futures. The oil future guys could be hedging using dollar. Also like to throw the Aussie up there. So here's a 4-hour Aussie, same thing. Here's crude hitting highs, and the Aussie is way off its high if you put the same time frame, which was probably right around here.
Yeah.
So either the Aussie has to rally back up here or crude has to come down. One or the other.
We're back at our overnight lows right now on the S&P.
Let me go through the rest of them. 1 hour, 1 hour, more pertinent for today's data. So here's a 1 hour euro versus crude. And then you look at crude is down here, and the S&P this morning tested the high, which would put crude at 54. So you see this high here is the same as this high here. So that's kind of relative strength. We'll just go one more time frame, the 15-minute. That was at what time? 13:30. Wow. S&P hit the high of the day, and crude was at the breaking down of the low. Pretty interesting. Second time's a charm.
We'll see, right?
Five, and 5. Nice 15, 20 cent spike on the, dare I say it, 1 minute.
You cray.
Well, this is where if you trade a 5 minute, you really, I don't know, you need a pretty wide stop.
Yeah.
I think ideally on these trades, your stop is, we got stopped out at the dead low. I think the low tick, and then here it didn't even hit the tick, so. So now you have, what, 45 seconds for the next buy?
Yeah, you gotta watch it.
Right. As it fades, right? 10 seconds. So would that be, it closed higher than 50%?
Yeah, I mean, I want to see how this plays out, but yeah, that's technically a long.
$92. Well, you'll see the last, this spike up failed, this spike up failed, this spike up failed. So we'll see. Fourth time's a charm. pretty. I could take out 5103. Need to get my little blue boxes going.
Yeah.
That, my friends, is a tough stop out.
Gotta love it when you're right.
And lose.
To lose.
Well, that's the thing about tightness of stops and different time frames. I would think you're saying that with the average range in a 5 minute would be 20.
Mm-hmm.
I would say on a chariot of 5 minute, you almost have to have like a 50-cent stop. Or 40, double the ATR.
Yeah.
Because you want to give yourself, you want to give the market to prove that you're right, and not just get stopped out on technical, which has been our issue lately. Even look at the stuff yesterday. The long here stopped out on the low just based on a raw stop. So gotta tighten it up. Either with crude, I think. Just to humor it on the 1 minute. And doing that same pattern again, failing on the 5, but
Exactly.
see, that's the kind of stuff you get a trade here long, starts to go your way, test the low, and then spike higher. That's a quintessential 5 minute trade. Gotta tighten it up. There's definitely some sellers.
Yeah, there's definitely overhead right there.
Right.
Good pop on the ES.
For you home gamers.
All right, well, we'll see you on the wrap-up call.
Yep. See you later. Bye.